Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Simon from Siphon T C G, and I'm coming at you with another video. And today we're doing round 2 of the armory I was at. I explained in the last video that I'm finally able to go to armories, and I have a lot of footage that I gotta catch up on, putting on the channel. I do have the law live streams on there, but having some cut up and talking over also seems like my cup of tea. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed episode 1 of Art War. And let's get on episode 2. So, we do have round 2. We are currently 1-0, and we are facing Phi. This is pre-Stubbies Phi. Obviously, our opponent's not playing Stubbies. But this is when Phi was still looked as a really good deck, but not like the beast it turned into for about 2 weeks. We see standard setup on both sides. Nothing really to talk about. We did win the Dairo, and we elected to go first. No, I apologize. Our opponent won the Dairo and elected for us to go first. I misspoke first time. I apologize. But fine, Lex on second. But unfortunately for me, with Lexi going first, I actually don't really have to let him filter. I can simply just Arsenal pass. And I can filter and he cannot. Obviously, there's a lot of hands where he can just be like, cool, I still want to clap you. I'm just giving him a lesser chance to do that. So to start off the game, we do have our tunic reminder. We did it. Bird's gonna shortcut and pitch twice. Load. Effects don't matter. I could just shoot one off to see what happens, but again, I see no reason to. My intent with this hand is to do one of two things. One, draw a way to boost my arrow, which would be Ice Quakes or Rain Razors, and lead off with this Bolton Shot. If we are unable to do that, I will pop Snaps turn 1 against Phi, or turn 2 rather, against Phi, almost every time if it means I get tempo. Didn't draw the greatest of hands, but we don't really intend on blocking anyway. We will see Tunic instead of Furnace, by the way. I do want to mention that. We're going to see a Thaw. Just a Thaw. I understand why he's doing it. He's doing it to get rid of Frostbites. Which, sure, and also comes in for 6, like, sure. But I think every day of the week, I'm just fine with that. And I do apologize, unlike last game, you will not see my life total. But just try to play along with home, and we'll figure that out. We're going to pitch Frostlock. We're going to play Outer War, so we will get the boost from our Bolton shots. So we're going to banish draw 2 and do +1/+1, so Bolton shot will have go again. We did draw 2 attacks, which is nice. So we actually still intend on popping Snaps. So what this play is doing specifically is this is pretty much telegraphing to our opponent we're popping Snaps. So he needs to be prepared for a very long turn, and we actually haven't even activated Voltaire, so this can get very ugly. We're going to come in with Fuse, Blizzard Bolt, and then follow that up with a Bolton Shot. The difference between this Bolton Shot and if we would have let off with it is this actually has the possibility to reload, which is very dangerous for our opponent. Let's just cheat on mana, which is always good. Also, it does let me load the Winner's Bite if I so choose, which is something I can't play. It is Fuse, so I believe our opponent doesn't block. Very unfortunate. Personally, I may have blocked there because we've shown because it's fused and that was our first attack. We have many attacks coming. Now I do believe currently here I should just let off with Blizzard Bolt, but with the amount of attacks I have, maybe it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, this way I do not actually. Oh, Isaac. Oh, you didn't need to. I'm not gonna lie, this sequencing kind of frustrates me here. Um, I'm probably assuming the reason I did this way because I felt like I was gonna miss a damage if I didn't lead off with a bolt and shot. Because I didn't get Chilling Ice Fango again. But what my two options actually were, which I think the best option was, attack with Bolt and Shot for 5 with Go Again. He must block it because A, that's Go Again. It's going to hit him for 5. B, he'll create a Frostbite. C, I will get to reload. All of these things are bad for him. So why not put him in the most awkward position possible? Because now he kind of has an idea what's coming next. So he can plan accordingly. There was no reason to actually give him this information. He'll soak some of it. Understandable. So we're going to come in for 7 at the end of the chain fused. Again, sequencing didn't need to be this way. 6 instead of 7 here. I guess what the 7 does here, if we actually do want to put a positive spell on it, is it presents an awkward breakpoint where our opponent either has to block with equipment and cards, or he has to overblock with cards. Because if he just blocks with 2 cards here and takes 1, the effect still happens. So we do present our opponent with a very awkward thing. I still do think that the bolt and shot first was better, even in hindsight. Opponent's just in the tank, in a bloody tank. Our opponent somewhere else in the store is still responding. It's not presented with a fun option. So look what our opponent's presented with, right? He has taken damage this turn already, and he's been disrupted. He has received a frostbite. If he gets hit by this, he's gonna receive another frostbite, and he'll have to discard a card as cost. At this point, you might as well just block out and soak as much damage as you can possible, because you're not having a turn. The only reason you won't block out is if you just want to have a 5-card hand the following turn. We get 2 cards from him. That's fine. He'll take 1. We're getting a frostbite, and he's digging a card. So I think I personally just would have blocked with the card still. Yeah, like you don't get it back, but like you can search your deck with Fi, so it's not really like the pitch deck is super relevant in that specific instance. And I think you need to save every last bit of damage in this matchup. I don't think it was that funny personally, but go for it. So our opponent's just gonna draw a pass. Um, so we're gonna lead off with a Winter's Bite. We're gonna start taxing his resources. He already has a Frostbite, it appears. So his next turns are already going to be like mucho bad, which means very bad in French. Trust me, I took Italian in high school. And on top of that, we're also playing a channel. So we are telling them, hey, Fi, remember that turn you thought you were going to have, you don't get to have. And on top of all this, I'm also going to hit him. Um, so this attack here is interesting. It's an attack that's not needed. Because it's most likely going to be getting blocked. Which sometimes can be a good thing. So, hold a second. Unfortunately, we yawned mid-video. I hate to see it. So, there's no actual relevant on-hit effect here. He is not really losing out by taking this damage. Yeah, I'll reload, but it realistically doesn't matter. His turn's gonna be bad no matter what. Saving that card could have made my next turn even better, just to keep pressure on. So now I'm relying on this Art of War pretty much saving my next turn and ensuring I have tempo. Which again, that's how we built the deck. but I could have easily just held this card back. Yeah, it's 5 damage now, but it could have translated to more damage later. I don't think it's that funny. I don't see what the humor is here. Quick left total check. He's at 33. Again, I don't actually have like a big counter for you guys to see, and it's just 2d20, so it's not great. Someone is always social spotted. Look at me, I'm commentating multiple matches at once. Look at me go. Alright, so I still get cards out of his hand. These are cards he can never attack me with later, which is like nice. Like honestly, that's okay. Oh, we draw double Arctic Incarceration. So these next 2 turns for our opponent are not going to be fantastic. And I do have options. I can choose to pitch both of them to keep Channel Lake, or I can just play one and Arsenal another. So we are pitching at least one. So this actually gives us the avenue to be able to do both, which is just kind of straight tough for our opponent. We'll do +1/+1. All right. So we're hoping that we draw enough cards that go again make sense, which I do think we found. We can attack at least twice this turn. We're gonna activate Voltaire. Give him Blizzard Bolt, go again. I should be, yep, pitching that so I can at least fuse. We're gonna have one floating as well, and it has go again. Yep, this presents our opponent with nothing good here. We have 6 go again on hit Frostbite. That's saying give me 2 cards and then take a Frostbite anyway after my next attack. So what we're most likely doing next is activating Voltaire, loading Blizzard, Bolt and Shot, and swing 6. Assuming that's red. Importantly, our opponent has had a Thaw in his graveyard this entire time, by the way. I don't remember. I actually don't remember if it ever gets played at this point, but that is something worth noting. So it's a blue Bolt and Shot. 5 go again. Opponent just takes it. Won't have a card getting loaded. He's going to get a Frostbite. Hopefully, I remember to give him a Frostbite. Isaac, he has a Frostbite. Okay, I guess I simply give him a Frostbite. He should have 4. I really hope that doesn't become relevant. I hope one less Frostbite. Please, please don't punish me for being bad at the game. Alright. Don't have a fantastic turn, by the way, looking up, so. Yep, okay, so. One just passes anyway, so looking good. It's gonna break. Oh, probably a little Bolton Shot, I assume. Alright, see, I went fucking ham this turn. Freaking Bullseye Bracers in the middle of the game. Pitching Rain Razors. Icequake. So, the reason I did this, the reason I did this play, I actually do remember the reasoning, right? Is I don't have enough cards in hand for Rain Razors to be relevant, but I do have the ability to get cards out of his hand very easily. So, the way I do that is without really wasting a ton of mana, I break Bullseye Bracers and load Bolt and Shot. So what this does is this tells him, hey, I might actually have other cards to play. As well, this allows me to have I have mana flowing and playing Icequake a lot as well. So our opponent does not actually know what's happening next, and playing Icequake and loading a Bolt and Shot would more often signal, hey, multiple attacks are coming, get ready. But we actually don't have that. But of course, our opponent won't know that. So I actually do like the play I did here. So I come with another blue. It's coming for 4. You can just freely block with 2 cards. But then he has the threat of, oh, he can just activate Voltaire, load something else. So I actually just chooses to take the damage, give him a frostbite. Good job. And then I'm gonna. Okay, I should have activated Lexi and then did it, so he should have 5. Again, hopefully this won't matter. Uh, I end up doing a trade with the owner. But we're back. Our opponent should have again for 5 frostbites, so that's 4. Really need to hope that it doesn't matter. He wasn't able to play through 3, so I highly doubt he'll be able to play through 4. It's probably just passing. Yep. We pitch another rain range, so we stack 2 rangers at the bottom, importantly. Then we have a 3 of a kind. Double and Lucero into a Chilling Icewind. So, mana-wise, not doing fantastic, but at least we are able to do stuff. This one shot, give a +1. So we have our 3rd blue. We get 2 cards out of his hand, but we have to go again. We have mana floating as well, so we're going to start just pumping them. Load in Lucero, just get him to get the rest of the cards out of his hand. So I did 100% intend on getting the last cards out of his hand. I had no reason to give go again. Maybe I did. But there was nothing else in my hand I intended on doing. And I could have pretended to be dishonest there and pretend like I could have had stuff, but I'd rather just get guaranteed value. This one coming for 3. Take our first name to the game. Then have Phoenix Sun come in. We're at 36. It's a key number there. Our opponent disappear also to be at 23. Alright, we're going to activate Lexi. Show a lightning surge. First attack will get go again for freezies. We also see that 3 of a kind. That will be important later. And by later, I mean now. We pitch this now. We 3 of a kind. There was merit to attacking first with other cards, but I did want to just get the most possible options. Importantly, we do see Frostlock, which is the card that I should be loading. Alright, we should be loading the Frostlock and giving it +1. So it's going to come in for 4, then 5. That card basically says, hey, 5, remember that deck you're playing? Yeah, no you don't. Our opponent kind of has to block this, or he doesn't have a turn. I mean, he's not having a turn no matter what, because this has go again. We know we're going to do more stuff. So use less floating, activate Voltaire. Oh, we're going to do the 4 go again first. Okay. Alright, put our opponent under 20. Let's see, what are we doing? Putting Voltaire, will be loading an arrow, loading in this arrow. Alright, just gonna come in for 5. Okay, that makes sense. Probably coming through because our opponent has no reason to block. He needs to be able to mount some type of offense. I probably should have shuffled my hand so he doesn't know it's an arsenal, but it's probably fine. Shouldn't get too punished. Not as much to punish me, to be honest. Opponent probably just attacks once if even once. No, it doesn't even attack once. Probably just had double red that costed something and didn't deem it worth. Alright, we're gonna pitch Bolton Shot. Nope, not pitching Bolton Shot. We're activating Lexi first. Yeah, so we could actually not cheat. Alright, we have New Horizons, Icequake. Alright, it's a blue Icequake. Now we're gonna load. Should be Endless Arrow. Okay, I didn't see the Fatigue Shot. Fatigue Shot should have Go again. Yep. 6 Go again. One hit. His first attack action will be half reduced. 5 base plus 1 from the Icequake. It's an easy 2 block here, but again, as Go again, he can assume more attacks are coming. Ooh, all 2 blocks. So we're gonna activate Voltaire. And you can even see after he did this, you can even see how I was just like, whoa. Like you could see, I was pausing. I was just like, wait, did he just block with 3 cards, man? I was just like, well then. I was like, well, this is gonna hurt. Yep, 5 on hit, Frostbite, and comes back to my hand. Literally nothing but twinning. Unfortunately for the 5 player, I ran into a very bad matchup. I am the only Lexi at the shop. Obviously, you've seen the other Lexi, but he is switched to Bravo, and he was somewhat switching to something sooner, so he probably didn't expect the Lexi there. And for him to run into me, very unfortunate. And we see a pass from our opponent. We're gonna pitch. We're gonna keep telling our opponent, hey, thanks for trying to play the game, but maybe next time. Alright, what are we pausing for? Play channel. Doesn't really matter. I should have 1 floating, right? Oh, no, I have 2 floating. Is that... Oh, that might be a yellow that I pitched the first time. So here, I'm a very honest player. Um, so you can see here, I have a face down card in Arsenal, so I only have 1 Arsenal. So, my dumb self activated Voltaire before activating Lexi. And I don't just say, oh, I flipped it. I'm like, no. I say no, the activation resolved. I don't feel like cheating makes me better at the game. So now we do it. It doesn't actually end up changing anything. We'll have Go again. So their turn doesn't actually change, just unfortunate. So that was yellow. Go to 2, go to 1. Yeah. My opponent was trying to see if I had floating mana, which he's saying if that Chungrass fan's coming at him, but realistically, he shouldn't really expect it to come. Blocks with Mask of Momentum, which is good for us. And our opponent should be in single digits, if not close. Opponent is trying to find it on his D20. Alright, and our opponent did keep cards this time, so hopefully he gets to fight back. And there is a channel. There's the owner. The owner is a funny guy. Ran with Cinderclaw. Coming in. Dude, just take the damage. Yeah, you can see there's literally no reason for me to block. Literally blocking just gives my opponent a chance to come back. Five, we go beginner spinner. Alright, now I have the rain razors. Alright, we're gonna ask our opponent, do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Real say it's just 5 damage, no one hit effect outside reloading. Yeah. Yeah, my opponent goes to 4. This is just unfortunate for my opponent. He has to block with literally 3 cards in hand. And then still rain raises it to push through damage. And then I get to pitch, load, fire. Swing 7. And I kill him with Exactsies. So, like, this match compared to the Lexi matchup that we seen earlier was night and day. We seen where there was lots of... I was controlling both games, but there was no offense mounted on the other side. Like, at least with the Lexi matchup, there was, like, at least some bite back. Fi was not able to fight back. And this is unfortunate. At least from his perspective. From my perspective, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I'm ecstatic that the game was like this, even though my opponent was a little upset. To say I'm not gonna rub anything in my opponent's face. There's no need for it, but my opponent did not have a great time. I said, hey man, sorry. And I didn't know what really to say. Okay. By the way, so what I've been trying to do for like the last 20 minutes while commentating is I just got my Bolton, my foil Bolton that was graded. I finally got it back. And it's a 9. It's a near mint 9. It's beautiful. Actually, I don't believe there's a... if you get a graded card, there's actually nowhere to open it, right? I don't think there is. But there was plastic on it from PCG, and I was unable to get it. Also, I'm doing all this live, and you physically can't stop me. There's a QR code in the back. Let's figure out how to use it. I have no idea what's going on when I use this QR code. Yeah, I'd like to see someone try to stop me from doing this. 2-minute dissection to the website. Okay, for some weird reason oh, there we go. Oh, it's a population report. Alright, let's see what we got here. Does it just tell me? Oh, it's a certification. Its center was 9.5, corners 9.5, edges and surface. But isn't corners and edges like the same thing though? I might be stupid, because I'm not like a grading person. Like, isn't the corner the same thing as the edge? Well, I mean, I guess edge is like the side. Centering is pretty good. Alright, sweet. So, that's the video. Get used to this, by the way. Yeah, that was the game. So, again, Ice Lexi really enjoys the aggro matchup. It's the reason to play the ice version of Lexi. Currently, I've dialed back on the ice. In my current build, I'm actually running Yuki's exact 80. She made on the Arsenal Pass channel. But there is always this version that you can always make that has some slight alterations to it to be rare against the aggros, but people are overreacting to the Stubbies ban, and fast play has gone down. So I think the current version is probably the best version. But that's going to be for the video, guys. If you guys on Twitch, make sure you guys like, favorite, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Say it with me. All my homies here, Illusionist.